Oh naxabana nodwa amabhakabhaka kwenzenjani amabhakabhaka kwenzenjani. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pelo, I am your host. This is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs, Khosi Football Club, and we are doing player ratings for the SOWETO Derby, and we're talking about Kaizer Chiefs because I couldn't care less about the Orlando Pirates. Now let's start with Brendan Peterson. Really, he was on a holiday, like he had nothing, and I mean nothing to do the entire game. And that might come down to the fact that the team was solid at the back. So when it comes to how much can I give to him, it would just be points for communicating with his team better and saving the balls here and there. So because he didn't have much to do, I give him a 6. We move on to right back. And Ukweneka, I said this yesterday, wow, Ukweneka really performed better as a right back, and actually disproved me because I was scared if he plays as a right back we would be in trouble. But I did say if he plays as a right back then he would need extra protection, which I think he got from our midfielders, which he got from Ungezana helping. Udoli wasn't helping him so much though, but so khuluma ngudoli later on. So Kunik Izolo had a solid performance, akazlisanga. Although I still complain ukuthi he could be better with his vision, but as a player, a right back, he played much better. So for that, he gets a solid 7.2. We move on to left back, Uhlanti. And Uhlanti naye, they were targeting him more Saleng, but he was more aggressive at times though. And also he was very much overlapping. He tried to overlap first half. Although because of the legs again, eventually it started just showing what is not overlapping as much, hence the substitution Gamashiane, which was late because Uhlanti had stopped like overlapping a long time before he was subbed. So Kwayena, he didn't have like a bad game, he had a Hlanti game, so he gets like a 5.5. Then centre back pairing Ungezana no Dove. Ungezana had a solid game after haters were expecting him to play really bad because he didn't perform well against the Arrows. Sit down, haters. Sit down. This is how I should have started the video. Sit down, you haters. He performed Ungezana and he proved which is solid at the back. I didn't see anything. He was also sweeping everything that made it through the midfield somehow, and he swept all of that. So again, Ungezana had a solid game, and I also gave him a solid, let me just say 7.5. Dove was our man of the match, and deservedly so. Recovery, there was a time where he saved us from a goal, from conceding a goal. He did make a mistake here and there, but without his solid performances, we definitely could have lost the game. So Dove definitely gets an 8.5. Before I move on, guys, please do like the video. Like for every 10 likes, let's get one like. Every 10 views, let's get one like. And by the time we reach like 1,000, let's have 100 likes, it's free. You just tap the like button, guys, literally. And by doing that, for those who don't know why we ask for like as YouTubers, once you like a video, YouTube says, oh, this is a good video, let's show it to more people like you. So then I can get more people to watch this channel and subsequently grow the channel. So thank you for liking. Please do like the video. Right, defensive midfielders, we go to Matt Nostebe. Once again, I will say this, for all the things that I've said about Omat being complacent, which at times they are, I feel like for once there's this a game that motivated them into playing better as a defensive unit. I'm not talking about attacking wise, but defending, they were much better than they usually are. They kept Undlondlo quiet to a point that Pirates fans are now turning against Undlondlo or Team Unaba. I know they're defensive midfielders, but Jisisu Sabu was dead and they had nothing to do because we were much better than them in midfield. So starting with Umati, I would give him like a 7 because then they're also midfielders, so you expect something from them going forward. But Ebola, they did not seem to retain it as well as you want them to, and the passes going forward, you did not see much from them, but it was an okay game once again. So both Umad and Nostebe played a game that was sort of similar, so both of them will get a solid 7.4. And then we move on to Umtu. Umtu was kept quiet, but I'm talking with him about him because as much as he was quiet, defensively he worked hard. Also, when he got on the ball, he showed so much confidence, and the Pirates players were just scared of marking him. And if they did, Utim was very close to him to like making sure Guti doesn't get the ball because they know what he can do with the ball. But still, it was just great to see Guti, even off the ball, he was still assisting, which made the job of Martin Ostebe a bit easier because they were all working together towards the same goal, which is recover the ball. Press the Pirates when they get to midfield because they were smart about their press. They didn't just press the Pirates anyway, but they waited for them to get into midfield to press them. Then Umtu obviously will get a rating of, it was just below his usual performances, but I will give him now a solid 7.4. And then as a right winger, oh no, Tol actually wasn't playing with Kuneka, sorry, correction. He was playing with Uhlandi because he was playing as a left winger. And it was flat, Tol was flat, guys. Like, he was really, really flat. And it's disappointing week in, week out. And Utoli gets a 4 shame because we could have easily lost that game if it wasn't for what were solid in other parts. So one player not being on the game, we were not exposed because we did better in other departments. And because they couldn't play the ball through the middle, then they couldn't play the passes wide to those players. So yeah, Utolishem gets a 5, and I feel like I'm being generous. And then Usail, first half, you could see he was a threat. He's the one who got them to get the red card. He was just solid overall. There were times where he disappeared, but again, I hope Uzwane saw Uguti Usail is better playing as a right winger, and he just performed well, but it's not like, super impressive. I will give him a 6.5. And then you have Utupre. Utupre, he really needs to start converting chances because if he scored more chances, the chances that he got was because of how the system was set up, and it was set up to take advantage of his pace and the spaces that Pirates were leaving in behind. He used that to a certain degree, but not to get the end product. We don't want to use it to get to a certain point, like, and then say, Zamil. We want to use it to a point where we say the ball is in the back of the net, which we did not do. So yeah, to appreciate him, he gets a 5 because we could have scored. You can't afford to keep on missing and make poor decisions. They did foul him at times, so maybe because they did foul him, I would say 5.5, but could have done better. One day it would cost us the game by doing such. Mashiane did not have much to do, so I'll just say I won't give him a rating. He didn't have much to do. Usekhota came in and was Sekhota, always trying to run through. KG Buffett, he gets a 3. I won't say much. Gets a 3, KG. And then you had Caleb coming in, doing what? Losing the ball. Another one, 3. And then who else came on? Yeah, I think those were the only 3 players who came on. It was so I'm about to give Zwane's rating as well, so don't leave. So Mashiane came on, Sahota came on, and Caleb came on. I don't remember anyone else coming on. Yeah, those are the 3 players that came on. The coach himself, people say, the game was boring. Yeah, it was boring. The purpose of the game for the Chiefs, it wasn't to entertain nobody. The purpose of the game was clear. Uzwane tried to play deep and press the Pirate through the middle and then expose the space or exploit the space the Pirates in behind. Both coaches were not trying to win the game. Both of them were trying not to lose the game and use their chances when they got them. We've seen this when City plays Liverpool, when it's like 1 point in between. Those games just become boring. Sometimes even with what's this thing? The El Clasico. That happens. Sometimes you watch a boring El Clasico. But if there's like catching up to do, then the game is like, But these ones were trying to not like lose the game, which is sometimes seen as negative football. But at times you just have to do it because Chiefs couldn't afford to lose. Pirates didn't want to lose also. So They were just trying to not lose. As such, Uzwane iplan yakhe worked really well, and it didn't mess up that much with ama-subs, which is something that he usually does. So I would say Uzwane for this performance, because he did it really well, and the ability to just use Utupri through the middle and play Sahel through the right, that was much better. Picking Utoli, not so great. And bringing on Sekhote at the time where we needed a midfielder who could have improved the midfield, bit questionable, but the game plan and the setup was good enough, and we also won the game. So Uzwane, I will give him a 7 for my tactics yesterday. Give me your own player ratings and the coach ratings down in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one, and until next time, remember, equals alpelu moy.